to another episode of the Hopeless Rome podcast. I'm your host, Jerome Pankey, and today is the part 2 series of being divorced in your 20s. And I have a special guest today. And before he introduces himself, please follow the podcast on Apple, Spotify, Google Play, and I believe on Stitch. And follow and email me at hopelessromepod@gmail.com if you want to be a part of the podcast or if you just want to give me constructive criticism, because, yeah, this is my second time hosting a guest. So, without further ado, I'm going to allow my guest to introduce himself, and we'll get it rolling.
What's up, podcast world? This is Devin Pankey, and unfortunately, this is my cousin who's actually hosting it, the Hopeless Rome, straight out of Miami, Florida.
He was raised in the mean streets of Inkster, Michigan. Stop lying.
Really?
I mean, all right, go ahead.
Nah, technically, yeah, you're right.
I mean, it's cool. I mean, I look.
Like you know how you move places and you don't know exactly, like, if you should be like, okay, I'm technically like...
Yeah, like, a lot of people from Detroit move to Atlanta. Not really from Detroit, but people that ask them in Atlanta where you from, they automatically say Detroit. So it's either you're from wherever it benefits you, kind of.
Basically,
That's kind of what people.
Oh yeah, so I was born and raised in Inkster, Michigan, the Crooked Eye.
Okay.
You know.
The Crooked Eye.
Yeah.
That's what's up. Tell them a little bit more about yourself. Like what you got going on in your life right now.
Oh man, I mean, with this whole coronavirus thing going on, like it's tough. But you know, my profession currently is I'm a personal trainer. You know, taking it from Michigan to Florida, so the demographic is definitely different.
Yeah.
You know, it's more suited for personal trainers, but at the same time, no matter where you move, it's you kind of have to start over. But it's a little bit different because you're taking the grind and hustle from Michigan down to Florida, where it's a little bit different. So. I mean, if you can make it up here, you can kind of make it down there, definitely, especially when you're provided the tools.
Yep. Not a lot of people value training in the state of Michigan. It's either you're in it or you're not.
I mean, yeah. Think about this. I mean, it's hot, what, 2 months?
Yeah.
3 months out of the year? You know what I'm saying? So once fall hit, that fit looking kind of nice, and you're really not showing nothing.
Yeah.
So.
And like Michigan, it's more like, all right, so it's January. I got about 3 months to get ready for the summer. Then they get serious for those 3 months. After that, you won't see them again until January.
Yeah.
In Michigan. But anywhere else down south or out west, it's all year round. So, I get it. But all right. Enough with the small talk, Devin. Don't try to dodge these questions either.
Man, hey.
All right.
Hey, I was born ready, baby.
All right. So how long you been divorced?
Oh, the funny part is, though, I think officially Wednesday it will be a full year.
Next Wednesday?
No.
Or August?
No. July, I think it went through. Yeah, July, I think it went through.
So in July. So basically it'll be a year.
Yeah. Actually, I think Wednesday.
All right. Well, how is it with the single life?
Single life sucks, man.
It sucks. It hurts.
Like this. The reason why I say it sucks is because it's a lot different. Like, you have so many easier dynamics when it comes to like social media and like, these dating sites. Man, it's like it puts all the work right in front of you. Like you can talk to the girl of your dreams or somebody that you would never expect to talk to, like online, and it's like right there at your disposal. Like, growing up, you actually had to, get some balls and actually go talk to the girl.
Yeah.
And it's. I will say this though. There's some positives, some negatives to it. The positivity. Not positivity, but the positive outlook on having social media and these dating sites is the fact that you can, in a sense, be a little bit more comfortable talking to them. So it's like a pre-setup. So like, okay, you start to talk to them, you get a vibe, and then once you actually meet them, it's not so much of a. It's still like a little bit of nervousness, but it's not as nervous as if you like walked up to that person, try to get their name, number, and all the stuff like that.
Yep. It's a different breed, man.
It is.
Different breed, different type of women. A lot of women are fed up. But we'll get.
We fed up too.
Yep, we are.
Straight up.
I'm fed up. We all fed up. But look, we're gonna get to that. We're gonna get to that. We're gonna get into the meat into this divorce,
Pause.
into this.
Nah, I'll leave you alone on that one. We good.
We're gonna get into no, because meat can be like, you
No,
know what I'm
I
saying? You know what I'm saying, like
when you try to explain it, you've already lost. You've already lost.
Nah, because that we're gonna get into it then. And I'm about to light your ass up too.
Yeah,
All right. So all right. Next question.
What's up?
Do you hold yourself accountable for the demise of your failed marriage?
Absolutely. I definitely made some very key and if basically, you know, the reason why we did get divorced was definitely my fault. But the only way I was able to heal was to actually sit back and reflect and really look at some of the things that I did and take accountability for. Because if you don't, going into the next relationship, that's where a lot of the problems come into, because you're going to run into the same problems with anybody.
Sure.
You know, it might be at the beginning, it might be at the end, it's going to be some, because relationships, even though you're dating a different person, you're still going to run into those same problems. So if you're not already prepped and actually having time to reflect and know yourself, then you're gonna make the same exact mistake.
Yeah, because if you don't learn, you're just gonna do the same thing. It's gonna be a repeated process.
And I'm an experienced type of person. So like you can tell me,
You gotta go through it.
yeah, it's like, okay, you can tell me the stove is hot. It's like, okay, it's hot, but the thing is,
Let me find out. Like
Right.
a dummy.
no, not necessarily, because guess what? Just like our parents say, oh, the stove is hot, don't touch it. But technically, the stoves have switches. So you can say it's hot, but if I touch it and it's not hot, then how am I supposed to know technically until it's turned on? So that's how I look at it.
Okay, that is you wore your cape on that one.
Yeah.
But
Oh, yeah, see?
I get what you're saying, but no. So
Oh yeah, I got you. But I'm saying it's always that once you get older, it's always that second part. Like, okay, you want to go logically. Like, well, what if it is
Right.
toned down?
So how do you know that most of, well, actually let me put it like this. What was the percentage of it being your fault that your marriage failed?
It's hard to put a number on that, because again, I mean,
Can you say it was 50-50?
I can only really speak on my part. I know my part was a big part,
Okay.
because I did. I'll be completely.
You don't have to be in details if you want to. Then go ahead.
No, yeah, I mean, I can be completely transparent. You know, I did, step out on my marriage. Absolutely. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Is it? I mean, the fact that I actually did it. I mean, of course, I was wrong. There's no way you can go around that and say like, oh, just because of this and that, that's the reason why I did it. No, you're wrong is wrong, right is right. There's no percentage on that.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So of course I got to take down the chin and grow from it, definitely. But yeah, I could say I could probably say I had the biggest percentage of that.
All right. That's real. Accountability. Some that. Well. All right. Well, how about this then? You were young when you got married. Can you say that you were ready, or you just felt like you was just in love, so you felt like being married was the next step?
I was definitely young, and I thought marriage was the next step. Because again, in my mind, when it comes to marriage and you're with this person, you want to make them happy, especially from the male perspective. Because again, our job is to, pretty much take care of everything at the house. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Love your woman. If she wants this, you know what I'm saying? You take care of it for her. If stuff needs to get done, you're the first one to get it done. You know what I'm saying? So like you are pretty much the head of the household. But at the same time, a lot of times love, and we can all attest to this, love will sometimes push you into different directions when you're not necessarily ready. We were definitely young. I just got out of college.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And again, I didn't have the job that I wanted. Didn't have the money saved up. But again, I knew this was the person I wanted to be with. So of course, it's like, no matter what, this is what I want to do. This is who I want to be with.
Yeah. Going through your issues or your problems during the relationship, did that not give you doubts?
See, that's the thing. It's like when you're with somebody for as long as we were together, of course it gives you doubts, but at the end of the day, those doubts kind of don't mean nothing when you're going through things together. That's what you, naively, when you look kind of back at it, that's what you think was the right thing to do. But at the end of the day, logically, there was no foundation set, and it didn't make sense on paper to go through it. But, love will take you, you know what I'm saying, to a different mindset to where it's like, okay, some logical things would definitely get thrown out the window because, okay, I'm with this person, they got my back, I got theirs, and then anything we tackle is gonna come at us both strong, so we'll be able to handle it.
Okay. Yeah. Well, I don't know. I got a different mindset. I feel like, hey, if we got problems that I know I can't deal with, and I know you're not gonna change, we not getting married. And a lot of people try to get me with that. They're like, oh, you're not gonna know. You're just gonna give up on your relationship. Yeah.
Like now, I can see your mindset on that,
Uh-huh.
but at the same time, it's like once you're with somebody for so long, you're deeply in love with that person.
Right.
A lot of times, it's like, okay, like you second guess yourself because you know the wrong thing is like wrong, and you know you should go about it this way, but you can't help but to, of course, have your partner's back. It's like, okay, well, I know it's wrong. You could speak up. Let's say you have a disagreement. Okay, you agree to disagree, whatever the case is. But when it comes to being in love with somebody, man, love is a powerful drug. Like it really is. Like
So the part one, right?
Mhm.
It didn't drop yet, but soon enough they'll see. I was telling her that love is a disease, and she don't believe in that. She feel like, well, her mindset, because her faith is strong, God is love, and I feel like if you're not on that, she felt like if you're really not on that level, if disease cannot be love if God is love. But in my
I see
thought,
what she came.
yeah. In my thought process is like, I feel like love just makes you do dumb things, and that's why I say love is a disease.
Mhm.
You feel me? So that's why I was like, love can alter what you do and how you feel based on what the other person does. So if the other guy cheats, but you love him, you're gonna stay in that toxic relationship all because of love until you're officially done. And by then, who knows if you brought in
I was gonna say, yeah,
3 or 4 kids.
It's almost like manipulation. I wouldn't say it's a disease, but like love can be a manipulation because again, if you know that person loves you and you can, in a sense, manipulate that person to do like it's a control factor. So I wouldn't say it's a disease, but definitely it's some type of it could be a manipulation.
Right.
I'm probably about to catch so much fire on that.
Yeah, you are.
I'm about to catch so much fire
It's
on
okay.
that.
It's
but
okay.
yeah, I ain't
It's
worried
okay.
about it.
Tell them to come to me. It's all good. I can handle it.
Just an opinion. We all have our own opinions. I could be wrong. We can
And
debate
and
it.
you about to go back to Florida. So it don't even matter.
Yeah, I don't want that.
All right. So, what would you do differently in your next marriage?
Honestly, start over. I mean, not because again, I'm not in the rush into getting, married again. I'm necessarily not into a rush to get into a relationship, but really getting to know the person that I'm with. The one thing I will say is I will always continue to date.
Yeah,
Continue
can't give
to
up.
date. You know
Can't
what I'm
give
saying?
up.
No, I mean like once I get into that relationship, it would be like, okay, instead of doing like the typical traditional Friday night dates, do something different. Like like every other Friday we go on a date. Every other Tuesday we have a date night. Just something different to where it's always continuously changing because I've heard that in my marriage, like continuously, date. But a lot of times it's like when you hear it, certain stuff you keep in your head knowing that, you know what I'm saying? Because we try to be naive and be like, okay, like I know that. You ain't got to keep telling me and things like that. But it's true, man. You got to really put an effort into it. Also, what I would do is be more supportive in their endeavors as far as like what they're doing. What I mean be supportive is like seriously be the way I look at it is, and I've read a lot of books and watched a lot of videos. No man, and this is from the male perspective, in my opinion, no man should be able to outwork you when it comes to a woman because you have the biggest advantage. Like I should be the #1 fan. I should be before she walks out the house. I should be complimenting her, make sure she leaves out the house knowing that at home is safe and that my man is like my #1 fan, my best partner, like, and everything like that. Because the moment they go out into this world, technically, you can't really control anything. A guy can come up and just, out of respect, and be like, hey, you look very attractive today, or whatever the case is. And a lot of times, we take that for granted after a while because we get comfortable. And what I've learned, especially in my marriage, is you can never get comfortable.
You can't get comfortable, man. And guess what? That might have been your problem, but that's a lot of women's problem. They feel like once they get into that pocket, you're mine and I'm yours, there's no more fighting. And I've been dealing with that with certain women is that there's no fighting. There's no fighting to keep me. They already think they got me. So they feel like they get relaxed. They be like, oh, okay, you know, it is what it is, whatever. But now I'm sitting here like, man, like.
And that's the problem, because again, it's like you worked hard to get him. Why do you?
Why
you
stop?
Yeah, exactly. You worked hard to get him or her, but why stop?
That makes no sense to me.
Because now it's like, okay, well, you worked this hard to get me. I'm used to these things.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That goes on both sides. You know what I'm saying? So especially when it comes to guys, because nowadays it's like it's very attractive to a woman when a man seriously like takes control and really like goes about doing stuff and planning things. Of course, that's very cliche. It's like, okay, of course you're supposed to go out and do these things, but when it comes to women, I'm starting to listen more. It's like starting to absorb and stick more.
Right.
So it's like they be like, oh, I like red flowers. I like this. I like that. Okay. I'm not about to go out and do my own thing. If you tell me this is what you like, I'm going to get that exact thing.
When, before you continue, Devin, because I know where you're going. Women get you things. Well, I wouldn't say all women, but some women will get you things you didn't even ask for. They just think that it was cute. They just think like, and then we just sitting there. We can't look appreciative. We can't look unappreciative. Mm-hmm. So we sit there and be like, all right, that's cool. But then again, we just go back in our room like, man, this girl really don't know me.
Honestly, when it comes to women, it's the same exact thing. Like both sides need to actually do the exact same thing, because they'll look at like, okay, they'll try to be more surprising, like, oh, I got you this, like, or I seen this at the store. They'll look at what you're wearing and then try to match that and be different based off of their perspective. But a lot of times it's like, if you know I wear Jordans and I wear retros.
Yeah, why are you giving me
no, it's not even that. I wear retros. Why are you getting me Team Jordan? You got Jordan on there.
No, hold on. Let me stall them out. Some women don't know the difference. They see a Jordan sign and then that's it.
Ask.
Exactly.
Just like how they would tell us, like,
yep.
If you don't know, ask. Yep. Of course, because I'm not going to assume. I hate assuming.
Talk.
I'm not a Vaughn. I can't read your mind. Like, I'm serious.
What?
I'm not going to read your mind. If you're not going to tell me, hey, you're not going to give what you want.
I am very observant. I'm very observant. So I will pay attention. I'm paying attention. If I'm paying attention, I'm expecting you to pay attention. I don't. If you know, I do not wear something, or if you know I'm not into something, do not give it to me. Just don't. I'd rather for you to give me the same kind of draws every time instead of giving me some draws that I've never had before.
Hold on though, hey, it depends though. Cause
I ain't
gonna lie though. Hey, I like to drop hints, like little hints.
Well, yeah.
Especially now, it's like with them. What them draws called? Ethicas, yeah. Hey, I was like, yeah, I like that design. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Hey, if you show with them boys though.
Yeah, but you know,
I'll purposely put them on in the bathroom and walk around to show you, like, I like these.
You got these. But look, check this out though. We need to do what they do, because they purposely look up things on the web browser and your computer. My bad. Let me put dudes on the game. If a girl asks you to use her computer, she's only putting little plants, little hints in your computer. Because once you see the browser, you go like, man, why is she looking up?
Man, what?
This dress on Fashion
But
Nova.
you know what? Mentally,
and
you wouldn't think that.
Want.
Yeah.
No, that's what
they leave it. Yeah, they leave that tab up purposely.
We need to start doing that. We need to start doing that.
But the thing is, like, honestly, a lot of women are like men because they, for example, flirting. They don't know how to flirt because they aren't used to going after the man.
No, they don't know how to flirt.
Exactly. So
their flirting is hitting you with a bat because they think it's cute.
So to make
like I'm hurt.
So to make it easier for you, I'd rather you tell her, like, you know what, like drop little hints, like, you know what, I've been looking at this laptop, or I've been looking at this, you know, outfit and stuff like that. I'll probably can get it. Because more than likely, like, because for me, I would never tell a woman to get me something that I can afford myself, because I just feel like that's going overboard. I really don't like when women buy me things.
Right.
But I can buy a woman, you know what I'm saying, something just like that. So.
Yeah, I mean, it's easier. I think when it comes to women, it's easier for us because we just know what they like. When it comes to, I'm telling you, both my exes, if they hear this, I don't really care. Both my exes ask me, what's your size again? What shirt? What hat? Like, okay, that's cool. Maybe you're trying to make sure so you won't.
If you have an iPhone, you have a note app.
Yeah, right.
Use it.
Right. And look, see, a lot of women probably don't know this. When I ask you certain things, I'm putting that in my notes.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, you wear a size small in draws? Cool. I got you. I know your bra size.
Mm-hmm.
I know your pants size. I know the juniors and the women's. I know the difference.
Mm-hmm.
I know all that.
Yeah.
Y'all don't want to take that time. But we'll get to that later as well.
We're not bashing women.
We are not bashing women. We're bashing the ones we dealt with. but not. But all right, Devin.
So smoking the city, boy.
No, all right. So I see what you're going to do different in your next marriage.
I can't wait. Like whoever my next girl is gonna be, she don't understand what she has in store for her.
Yeah,
like it's gonna be.
You got the equation now.
You know what's crazy? Like a good friend of mine, she told me, she was like, "Deb, you got to realize that for your age, you have accomplished so much that most people haven't accomplished in their lifetime. So in a sense, you have time to actually sit down and pick your poison because, you know what I'm saying, you've been married, you got divorced, you know what I'm saying, unfortunately, but you know what I'm saying, you have a child, you have your degrees, you have everything figured out in life. So now it's like you can kind of take a reset and now you know exactly what you want. So it's almost like looking at like a resume. If they got check. Okay, cool. That's nice career wise, you know what I'm saying, or what's the word I'm looking for? As far as like a checklist of what you want, but the biggest thing for me is like personality. Like, can you hold a conversation? Like a lot of women, and I will say I'm about 90%. Like sometimes I don't have the best communication, and I'm still working on that because I'm not 100% perfect.
Right.
But a lot of these women will come out here and be like, "Oh yeah, I'm looking for a guy that can communicate. If you can't communicate with me or converse, then you know what I'm saying."
I want to know what their definition of communicating is.
Because I swear to God, boy, if I call or text you and you don't respond back. It's like, okay, I will give you that. But if I see you on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, check this out. Check this out. Look, if I see him on there, right? I said like I text him and stuff like that. I'm like, I'm not pressed to see you text me back like that quick. It's no big deal. Let's say an hour go past and stuff like that. But if you're on Instagram 24/7, it's like, okay, I'm gonna let it slide for like a day. And the reason why I do that is because some things may happen. Because the last thing I want to do is come at you crazy, but yet something could have happened and you'd have been like, you know what, I had like a bad day and things like that. Okay, respect. Like, that's my bad.
Still respect.
But when you literally are on Instagram and Facebook sending all that stuff, for granted, I don't pay your phone bill. I can't tell you to, you know what I'm saying, text me back and things like that. But as much as you're in your phone, as a women are on the phone about 20% more than men. And it's actually
they work like this, they do this, and they cook like this.
Exactly. So if you can't see my text message, all you gotta do is tell me like, "Hey, you busy?" You could be lying your ass off.
Yep.
Just tell me something so that way I know how to move, so I'm not looking crazy. But if a day or two go past and you tell me something, "Hey, I was cooking at the time," it's 27 hours later. Why are you texting me this? Straight up.
Nah, I just can't stand the. Don't say you're busy when I just seen you post. Don't say you're busy when I seen you on your story. Don't say you're busy when I see you laughing. Like, I see this. You know we are friends.
Yeah.
I see it.
Just tell me that you're ignoring me, or tell me like right
just
now I'm not feeling you.
Like, no, just say you busy. I'll leave it at that. But the reason why they won't tell you that because they know that's how they lose me.
Exactly, but at the same time, it's like if it's me, I have to tell you because I can't beat around that bush because they're gonna come at me 2 days later, just like how I'm feeling, and be like, you know what? It seems like you're a little busy and things like that. I'm gonna go ahead and fall back.
They gonna hit you with that.
Just be 100. We're adults. I ain't got time for you to be playing these games. Just tell me what it is, so that way I know how to move. I'm not gonna hate you.
Man,
I'm not gonna block you. I'm not gonna block you like how you're gonna block me for acting the same exact way you're doing.
Right. And that just goes to show that in my previous episodes, if you actually go back, communication is a big key. The triple C's. But all right. So we went a little bit off, but that's good. That's good. Good dialogue. Good dialogue. So what would you tell a young man that is in a relationship and he's thinking about marrying his girlfriend, and he's around between 22 and 27. What would you tell him? What advice would you give that young man?
For me, 26 is a good age because, and let me say this: your 20s, it's crazy, and I say this because, for me, I didn't have a consistent, stable male figure in my life, but I had a lot of great examples. Let me not say good. I had a lot of great examples to where I could pick and choose from, and then use my own experience. But 26 is a good age because your 20s, between the ages of 20 and 29, those are your adult years to fuck up.
Those are your adult years.
Because once you hit 30 to 39, you got to be in grind mode, because once you hit 40, you can't turn around.
Nope.
At all. Like, I'm pretty sure you see like a lot of 40-year-olds right now, like they don't know exactly what they have going on in their life, and they screwed, man. But my best advice to tell a young man right now, between the age of 20 and 29, even like my age right now, is know your personnel, know who you're with. Don't be with somebody just because they fine. You can bring them to the party and things like that, and they just killing everybody. Know your personnel, because looks can only last for so long, but personality and knowing this person and who they are is gonna last forever. So know exactly what you want, have a plan, you know what I'm saying, and just have fun, because what's gonna happen is, and this is what I've learned and this is what I've been told, so once you're going through these golden years and things like that, let's say the minimum is like 2 years. Honestly, no, the minimum is 1 year before. Because, like, 1 year, you should be able to know if you're going to be with this person. Year 2, you should be able to know if you're going to marry this person. Around that time, you're going to know, like, okay, this is the person that you're going to be with. So, set yourself up. If that's not who you're going to be with, and there's some issues and things like that, figure it out early. But the main meat of this is to have fun. Get to know that person, because you shouldn't be having any problems within the first 6 months to a year. You're going to have a few spats and things like that, but know who you want, know what you want, and don't let a woman dictate your timeline. And I say that, and a lot of women are going to give you slack on that, because women...
No, just one.
women have a biological clock. Men have a financial clock, like I'm pretty sure most people know.
For sure. A lot of men are very self-conscious when it comes to money and marriage. They don't want to act like, or they don't want to seem like they can't provide and give the woman exactly what she wants.
Yeah, because growing up, even if you had a male, or if you had like an actual, you know what I'm saying, mother and a father, or just a mother or a father in your household, you're going to know that as a male.
Right.
So it's like, and plus, like, when you're going out, you don't want your woman paying for everything, because that can, you know what I'm saying, that can hit you pride-wise. And I actually had to put my pride to the side a lot of times during my self-reflection. But yeah, when it comes to, like, know who you're with, you know what I'm saying? Because again, you don't want to be with a person for 5 years. A lot of times women will be like, okay, you've been with me for 5 years. You need a ring on my finger. I need a ring on my finger. Like, period. Yeah. And their words, like, they deserve that. If you've been with that person for that long, they deserve that. They deserve everything. Mm-hmm. But at the same time, you have to sit down with it and be like, look, this is my plan. This is where I'm at. You know what I'm saying? Y'all got to be able to come to a common field. Like, it can't be just like, okay, well, I want to wait till this time. She keep like, I just got to wait till this time. If you're not financially set up as a male to marry a woman, you got to be upfront with yourself first, and be upfront with her too, because what's going to happen is y'all going to start taking out loans, y'all going to start taking out all this stuff, and you're going to go into that marriage in debt.
Yep.
And that's what you don't want to do, because, like, once you put your finances together, that's more money in a sense, but it's like, okay, you're married. Good. Throw that out the window. That's done. Check mark. Where the kids at? That's the first thing your parents gonna ask you. Where the kids at? 1 kid. Financially gone. 2 kids. Oh yeah, gone. 3 kids? Oh shit. 4 kids? What the fuck?
You know, cash
5? Vasectomy tied to something. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah, by the way, I'm not getting a vasectomy. A woman told me that I was selfish.
It's called condoms.
No, I understand that, but a woman was like, "You're gonna let your wife get her tubes tied?" Yeah. You ain't slipping my balls. Get fucked
It's honestly more common just because that's the easier route. Because to get a vasectomy
right
for
there.
like a guy, it's like
Yeah. And they do it right after you give birth. You can request it. They can do it right there. But I'm not.
I've also heard, this is new for me.
What's that?
They can tie the two of them, then they can burn them too.
Oh, so you can't untie them.
No, you can untie them,
Right.
but when you burn them, you can't do anything.
Oh, so yeah.
So like once you burn them, it's like game over. It's like a vasectomy. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Whoever watching this, if I'm wrong, please let me know. Don't
Yeah.
crucify me and
Don't
try to
try.
make me
Don't
feel
try
some type
like
of
you don't know
way.
what you're talking about.
Assholes.
That's how you get hurt. All right. All right. So, did you learn from your mistakes in your marriage, and did that or will that help you in your next relationship / marriage?
Absolutely, because I told myself once, and I used to always tell myself, like, doing self-reflections and things like that, like, I would never put a woman through anything that me personally, I'm not prepared for. So I cannot put her through anything that I've dealt with in the past because I don't know how to handle it or whatever the case is. I need to be for sure that once I go into the new relationship, I am comfortable, I'm prepared, and that I am ready to take on this new relationship. Because I mean, you never know that you're actually ready or over things until you actually date this next person. Because like I said before, you're going to still have some withdrawals, not like big, but you're still gonna have some withdrawals. You're still gonna have some things that you're dealing with that the only way for you to see if you're prepared, like the big test is with this new person, how you handle it. You might handle it the same exact way, but you might catch yourself and it might change a little bit.
Right.
But it's not gonna be the full strength as what you did before. And it's like, oh damn, I just realized I just made the same exact mistake. Let me go ahead and change that. You know what I'm saying? And at that point, if you can't catch your same exact mistakes from before, then you're in trouble, man. Because this is a whole different monster that you, and I'm not saying women are monsters, but it's a whole different monster that you're dealing with when it comes to this person. This person might react completely worse than your last, or they might be a lot calmer. And it's like, it's just different than what you're used to. So it's like, how do I adapt to that?
Right. I feel that. I think that when you're learning from your mistakes, you can't really be the same person. It's like you can't be the same person, but you can't change yourself. So therefore, if you're gullible, if you're naive in your last relationship or marriage, don't be that, but still be the same person you were with that man with somebody else. Because if you switch up, you could possibly lose that next man. Remain the same on who you are.
Yeah,
but your flaws, change them. If you were naive, if you thought that he was saying everything was true and you were doing all this, you were just being way too open for the wrong person. Do not be that person. But still, all the great things that you have, don't switch that up. Be the same person. You feel me? So, divorce is over. You are experiencing different qualities from different women or from the same women. So I'm gonna look at the camera. I'm gonna ask a question that I'm gonna ask every man on here. Okay?
Oh shit.
What do you think about the lack of accountability with women in a relationship?
Say it again. Like, what do you mean, like the lack?
What do you think about the lack? Why don't they want to hold themselves accountable?
See, that's kind of, ooh.
And then tell me how that would affect you personally.
I mean, for me, it's like, I hate it because they expect so much from us than it should be. You would think it would be easy for a woman to hold themselves accountable, especially if they're expecting it from us. It's like but at the same time, it's like, I think that comes with maturity. I think that comes with age. And when I say age and maturity, it's not the same exact thing. Because again, most older women kind of have hopefully they have an understanding of who they are. You know what I'm saying?
And I know some older women that don't. So
yeah, exactly. But I know a lot of I know a lot of women that are actually, you know what I'm saying, 23, 24 who actually got a lot of their shit together and that can hold themselves accountable. So
Right.
age and maturity they're not equal.
They sure is.
From my perspective, I wish that women, if they I'm going to hold you accountable just like you hold me accountable, and that's only fair because I want to see you grow, no matter if we're together or not.
Mm-hmm.
Like, even from my past exes, you know, if I made a mistake from the past, you know what I'm saying, that you see, you know what I'm saying, I don't know how they would see it because they're not going to be around me 24/7.
Right.
But at the same time, I would want them to hold me accountable just like how I want to hold myself accountable. I'm going to hold them accountable too, because as adults, we have to be able to grow and adapt, because that's the only way we can move on and become better. Because again, we're playing sports. That's just as easy as, okay, you have a weakness, you go in the gym, you go on the field, you go in the arena and work on it. Because that's how you get better at it. And your test is the game, to where you put so many hours in and working on this and this aspect and this, you know what I'm saying, blase split, and that's how we know if you've worked on it. You know what I'm saying? Everybody's not going to be perfect. Everybody has a different time frame and a timeline on when they're going to get better at things. But I would appreciate if women hold themselves accountable just as much as they hold their counterparts and partners and, you know, the opposite gender accountable. Because again, if you want me to get better, you can't be sitting here pointing the finger when you can't point it right back at yourself. Because that's where a lot of arguments come at. It's like, think about it. If you argue with your man, you argue with your woman, the first thing they're going to do is point the finger. It's like, you did this, you did that, blah, 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 blah. But
Right.
you rarely hear, we did this, we did that, or better yet, how are we going to get better? How are we going to do this? How are we going to do that? You only hear that from people who really know themselves, who are humble, and who really understand, like, okay, if, like, pretty much once you get married, you know, two becomes one. So if I'm off balance and I'm better, we're going to continue to be off balance until I bring you up and help you get to that same exact level where I'm at.
Right.
And that's where the balance comes in at.
I can agree with that. I think that not a lot of women hold themselves accountable, because I'm gonna say this, and this might rub people the wrong way, but I don't really care. A lot of women think that they're perfect. A lot of women think that they do so many great things that they can't do wrong. So what am I holding myself accountable for? I didn't do nothing wrong. Like, you did this, like, nah. Like, it goes both ways.
Yeah.
If I hold myself accountable,
Mm-hmm.
and I tell you you're doing this, I don't like that you're doing this, don't ignore that.
But you know, most people have a problem with that, because everybody isn't gonna be at the level though. I mean, it sounds easy. It's easy to say it, but some people are gonna be like, well, if you do that, then I'll be able to do it. So like, you got to do it first to show me, and then it's.
And that's why your relationships probably don't go past a year.
Yeah, but it takes time.
Good luck on your journey to marriage.
Cause you want to be that asshole to be like, no, if you don't do this, I get it. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, this was a part of my self-reflection to it. Like, I get it. Like, I understand it. Like, I replaced so many arguments and situations in my head to where it's like, yeah, bro, you were wrong. You shouldn't even argue that. You know what I'm saying? But a lot of times it's like, and I'm gonna say this. No matter if you had parents that were married, if you had cousins, aunts, uncles, and things like that were married, just because you grew up in a household to where your parents were married and, like I said, everybody else is married, doesn't mean that you're going to have a perfect marriage, or that you think that you know what marriage is, because you're not marrying them, you're marrying that person.
Right.
So instead of wanting to be married or be a wife, you or like a husband, you want to be a husband for that person, your wife.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to be a perfect husband. I want to be a perfect husband to my wife. Because a lot of times they get caught up in that wife role. It don't matter who that wife role, that husband role is. As long as your partner is taken care of, the role shit don't matter, man. Like, my parents were like, for granted, they were together for 20 years. They weren't married.
Right.
But that's a lot longer than most married people. And the thing is, like, all of their children got married.
Yeah.
I don't know what the perfect marriage is. I don't know what it looks like. The only marriage that I've seen was, your mom and dad. Other than that, I don't know what it is. I know it's the right thing to do. You know what I'm saying? And that's always gonna be the case. But at the same time, the perfect marriage is you and your partner being on one accord and knowing exactly what y'all want, not what somebody else thinks y'all should be like or thinks is the right way to go about. Just like there's no perfect way to be a parent, because nobody can parent your kid better than you. And it's always a learning curve, and it's always a learning process.
That's true. Yeah, I think that most of the time when people think of perfect marriages, they kind of go off of what they really see and not focus on theirs personally. I think that they look at a great marriage through TV or through what they see on social media, and they kind of mimic that instead of focus on exactly what makes their marriage work.
And they don't know shit about what they've been through behind.
They don't know nothing. They just see that. Will and Jada is a perfect example, but I'm not going to get into that.
Nope. That's a whole nother podcast episode.
That's a whole nother pod. But everybody figured they were a perfect marriage. Matter of fact, what was another? Matter of fact, I'll tell you this. I'm not putting no dirt on their name or nothing, but John Legend and Chrissy Teigen, is that her name? Mm-hmm. They seem like perfect marriage. Mm-hmm. Miguel and his wife. But nobody knows what goes on. Nobody knows what he has to do to make it work. Nobody knows what she has to do to make it work. Stop focusing on that. Focus on your own shit, and hopefully that will work out. Matter of fact, 90% of the chance it will work out if you focus on your own shit, not on what you see.
Because the reason why they look perfect to y'all is because they've been through enough to where they know what right and wrong is, and they've gotten to that place through experience, through trial and error, through fixing exactly what they want. Like I hate when people put hashtag relationship goals or goals, because it's like y'all don't know what they've been through to go through that. Because if I put from A all the way to Z what I've been through to get to that perfect goal, y'all will not go past G.
They won't go
on
past
any
G.
of that.
Negative.
But Jay-Z and Beyonce.
They thought it was perfect.
Yeah.
Until Praying Mantis came out of nowhere in the elevator.
Yeah. I just speak what you said. Yeah. Her sister was in that ass like, no,
the next
that's wrong,
Karate
man.
Girl came out of nowhere. Man, we still didn't get that footage.
Oh, of course, man.
We don't get that footage.
We won't ever get that footage. That's like when LeBron got dunked on.
Yeah,
you know how long it took to get that footage?
Delete.
Nike said, "Oh no, we ain't showing this."
Oh no. LeBron was like, "Shit."
Terrible, man.
But all right, I appreciate you being open and honest about your marriage. I don't want to call it a failed marriage. It just didn't work out. I don't want to say it was meant to be either. It just what it was. Both of y'all went your separate ways. Both of y'all are doing your own thing. So, hey, power to both of y'all.
What I've learned is that God puts certain people in your life for a reason. Even though it's supposed to be right and what we think is right, He's writing your roadmap while you're going through it. So eventually you're gonna figure out that you both are in two different seasons. And once you figure out, I'm in fall, she's in spring, the only thing you can do is respectfully be like, you know what, I can't hold you any longer and make this go on any more than pretty much like continue to go on with this when you don't deserve to be here and it's not the right situation. You know what I'm saying? We all deserve to be happy in this world, and the fact that we're together just because we think it's right. This is the difference. We think people think that marriage is the right thing to do, which it is.
Right. But
they think you're supposed to be in it because it's the right thing to do versus am I happy in this marriage? Right. Because there's a lot of people that got divorced and their second marriage they're super happy.
Very happy.
You know what I'm saying? And this is religious and non-religious.
I think it's because they learned.
Mm-hmm.
They didn't stay the same. They knew what failed, so they know what works. Or they paid more attention to their spouse because everybody's different. Mm-hmm. So that's what's up, man. I wish y'all both, you and your ex-wife, I wish y'all the best of luck in your future endeavors and your future spouses and all that other stuff.
Ooh,
I'm trying to be a positive pod.
The red cups is something different, boy.
I'm trying to be a positive pod.
I prefer blue.
You blue.
Hey.
Whatever.
Hey.
All right, so enough of the divorce thing. I got some real questions.
All right, man, hit me with it, man. I need something.
All right.
I'm tired of this sappy
Let's
shit.
talk about it. All right, so Moneybag Yo decided to buy his girlfriend of maybe a year, maybe two. I don't know the relationship, but I'm assuming a year and a half, two, whatever. Bought her a Lambo truck. We just looked it up. It was about $200,000 besides the flowers and the customized.
Give or take 200,000.
Right. So $200,000. So, goodness, his BM.
Ooh, that's a good problem to have.
His baby mother was quite disturbed and upset. And what I've seen, majority of women was like, "Girl, get over it. Like, he don't have to take care of you. As long as the kids are good, he have to take care of you." But some women were like, if you love your kids, if she's the mother of your children that has full custody of your kids or has majority custody of the kids, you should take care of her too, along with the kids. Because if she's, I've seen this. If she's not happy, the kid's not happy. I have my own opinion, but I want to ask you now. When you get, let's just say you make it big somehow, you won the lottery or whatever, right?
Bags on bags on bags.
Yeah, just a whole bunch of bags. So, what would I wouldn't say what would you do. Let's stay on top of Moneybag Yo. Do you think he was wrong?
Absolutely, he was wrong.
He was wrong.
Yeah, I'm probably about to get dragged for that.
Yep. And
the reason why
I'm about to drag you.
The reason why I say that, I'm not gonna say he's completely wrong, but the reason why I say this is because it's something about money in the industry. Rappers just blow through money, man. NBA players blow through. If you got money, you just blow through it. And the thing is, respectfully, you can't take it to the grave with you, so I understand. But for me personally, and I don't care what nobody else says, because this is my opinion, for me, if I had that money, he just got with her 9 months ago. He don't know her from a can of paint.
But he's in love.
True. But
she put that ooh bop the doo bop boo bop.
But at the same time, though, it's like at the end of the day, it's for me. If I had that much money, if I'm not with my ex, wherever the case is, I only feel obligated and right because my child is with that person, and like I said, I already know I'm gonna get like a whole bunch of flack for that. For me, I would want to set them up with especially if you got money like that, because if you blow up, how much was it? 200. Let's say
200. Let's say
250.
250. Yeah.
You can put that on a house and a car for your ex, your baby mama who actually had your kid.
Her walls in her house, the BM's walls, didn't look cheap.
See, that's a gray area then.
I could be wrong, but I'm quite sure she's not living horrible. And let's just keep it real. It was just a car. If I hooked you up with a 2019 Toyota Camry, why are you tripping?
I mean that's only like.
I want a Lambo truck.
But you know what? What I realize, of course it goes like that. But if you realize that
we're doing a pod.
I know, right? They're killing me, man. Jesus Christ. Right? They don't know.
This guy.
Bill collectors. Cause I ain't rich.
Potential spam.
Right, for real. Scam likely. But no, but the thing is, we don't know the situation. You can only go based off of what you assume. And for me, if I have that much money, if you spending $250,000, you can easily put her in a house.
That's the thing. The fact that he spent $250,000, that means he had it.
Oh yeah, easily.
Like he has it
easily.
Meaning that it has nothing to do with this is what my girl wanted.
And keep in mind, she already had multiple cars.
Right.
And she also has dated, within a year, she's probably dated 3 or 4 other celebrities. So she has money somehow.
She got 3 or 4 cars out of there.
So, for granted, at that point, it's like, okay, I probably got like one of the baddest chicks, whatever the case is. She's fine. If I want to buy that, okay, cool. But I got to make sure the person who's taking care of my kid is set, because it's only right, because more than likely your child, son or daughter is going to be with her most of the time, especially if I'm an athlete or some type of entertainer and things like that. I mean, it can always switch depending on what you agree with and things like that. But I'm going to make sure she has a house, not no expensive mansion and stuff like that, but like a nice house. Right. You know what I'm saying, to where the kid can grow up in, things like that. A nice car. I ain't talking about no like Lamborghini and things like that. You know what I'm saying? A brand new, reliable car. You know what I'm saying? And that's it. I might put like an extra 20,000, 30,000 in a car, but guess what? That house, car, and the money I put in our bank account is probably the same exact amount as what he blown. Oh, I'm sorry, on what he's blown on that Lamborghini truck.
So I mean, the way I see it is that this is my girl. I can't spoil her without spoiling you. There gotta be some type of boundary. If you are good and not in the hood, and the children are not in Walmart clothing or Walmart shoes, get over it. Hustle yourself.
Fair
You're
enough.
getting enough child support to put that into a business. Stop being a bum. And now I'm glad I'm on the podcast because everything I said on my phone, I want to say now. Stop being a bum. Stop worrying about what your ex gave somebody else. You make moves for you. At the end of the day, you have to do for your kids. Not like, oh, you know what, I got a rich baby daddy, so I'm just gonna, you know what I'm saying, I'm gonna put that into my kids. No. You be a hustler. You gotta, if I was a baby mama and I was getting some of these checks that some of these baby mamas is getting, I wouldn't have to worry about child support because when that child turns 18, what you gonna do?
But fair enough. Honestly, I agree with that.
That shit crazy.
No, I agree with that completely. But the thing is, everybody isn't meant to be an entrepreneur. Everybody isn't built to put money towards some of that stuff. So that's why it's like you can't always assume that.
You're right.
It's the easy way. I was like, okay, that makes sense. That's common sense. If I got this money, why not open up my own business? But everybody isn't made to work for themselves.
But you have to have some type of passion. If your passion is just to be home,
of course.
I can't say much about that. If your passion is to really be home, like, look, then you're just a real life bum.
I personally feel like if you have some type of side job or hobby,
something, I don't really care what it is,
that you can still work your 9 to 5, but that side hobby, I feel like you should turn that into a business and then make that extra money on the side while you're actually working.
And forget
that's what I believe.
And forget being an entrepreneur. It's nothing to buy a house and flip it. You got $10,000 to $20,000.
But that takes time though, and everybody. If you got 10 to 20,000, most people is gonna look at that like, oh, I got 10 to 20,000. I got so much stuff to buy right now. Listen, I can buy these shoes. I can buy this coat. I can buy this Louis bag.
And that's the problem. That because a lot of BMs that I've been seeing, celebrity, people that have been sleeping with celebrities, got kids by them, they're broke. They end up broke, or they're going check for check. They're like, oh, I'm only getting $1,000 a month.
Can you blame them?
So when you have a baby, that means don't work ever again.
Of course not. Well,
that's all I'm saying.
No, it depends on the person. Let's not go based off of the logical and the common sense answer. Let's go based off of the mindset of some of these women. If I got a baby daddy who's making $4 or $5 million a year, why would I work knowing that I know I can either, again, he's gonna take care of me. I can either manipulate him because I got the kid, and various other reasons. And I'm just saying this based off of assumption or what I've heard by baby mothers and things like that. But think about their mindset. Like a lot of them, if I ain't gotta work, why would I work? Some will be like, well, I want to work because I don't want to be a stay-at-home mom.
That's cool.
You know what I'm saying? Some don't want to work because I want to run my own business. But a lot of times it's like, why do I have to work when he can take care of me?
That's cool, but I just feel that if you really want to go that route, something has to give. Like I said, that kid will age, meaning that kid will be 18 one day. So if you're not going to be an entrepreneur, if you're not going to be anything like that of the sort, you better be a good saver. You better have a good
That's
savings
tough,
account.
because again, it's hard for anybody to save.
I mean, it's one or the other.
Now, if you consistently got money coming in, it's easy to save, but that's a mindset.
Right.
That's a mindset to save.
But it's either one or the other. I mean,
that's a different conversation.
Yeah, it's a different conversation. But all right, Devin. Like I told my guest before, I'm gonna ask one question after every interview, and then I'm gonna have them all collective of their answers, and then I'm gonna do something with it. But what is your definition of love?
Ooh, I hate that answer. Oh, I'm sorry, I hate that question.
I hate that question.
Honestly, based off of what I've been through, what I've experienced, and things like that, for me personally, love is going to bat for that person. like, and it's an even exchange. So like, whatever you do, that person should be able to do back for you. So, but at the same time, you have to set the precedence. Like, okay, I love you. I'm going to do this, this, and this, but not to. You gotta have the best interest, but at the same time, still do for them what you will want to be done to you. So,
Right.
I'm not going to hinder you by what I'm providing you, but at the same time, what I'm providing you is what you need and not what you want. Now, it's nice to provide a woman what she wants,
Right.
but a lot of times, if you set them up to where, okay, if this is what you need versus what you want, a lot of times they'll follow suit depending on how you move.
Right.
Because again, you got to be the example, and you can't be the example if you sitting here making bonehead, you know what I'm saying, moves in life. Because what I've learned is, if you're making stupid mistakes, your woman's gonna look at you like, oh, you can't handle that, so why do I listen to you? Or,
Right.
you know what I'm saying, watch you move when I could do a better job.
Okay.
So,
So that's your.
love can have a lot of definitions, man, but
That's
at the-
yours.
at the end of
I
the
want
day-
yours though. That's
Yeah.
yours. That's your definition.
my definition is, at the end of the day, man, you're gonna have each other's back.
All right.
You know what I'm saying? Win, lose, or draw. You know what I'm saying? Right or wrong. We can argue later.
That is Devin's definition of love. Now, Devin, before we close, we're going to have to close real fast. I'm gonna also ask an additional scenario question.
Hurry up, I gotta pee.
Listen, that's your fault for doing that. All right, so check this out. So, you know what I'm saying? You see this little bad little Joan. You know what I'm saying?
John, huh?
This
Mm-hmm.
bad little Joan. You know,
Stallion.
y'all talking for a good, let's say 2 weeks to a month.
Mm-hmm.
Then, you know, she's like, hey, let's get a room. All right, bet. You know what I'm saying? So we don't have spending night bags. We got backpacks
Mm-hmm.
with everything in it.
We need to upgrade actually though. Them spending
just
night
backpacks.
bags is something different.
Just backpacks.
Okay.
You know what's in there.
Mhm.
They know.
But-
they know
but
what's
it-
up. If
it-
I show up in a backpack, that means
I mean, yeah,
You
but
know
it's
what
like,
time
hey,
it is.
but them spending night handbags though.
Yeah,
hey,
I mean-
hey, that's a different level.
if it, as long as it's leather.
Oh, of
Wait.
course, yeah.
But all right, so y'all
Let
get in a
them match.
hotel. Y'all get in a hotel room. You know, y'all vibing, y'all drinking. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Then boom, y'all having sex, right?
Mm-hmm.
And you know she's on top because you know she likes to ride or whatever, right?
Mm-hmm.
So at the best chance, everything's good. At the best moment, right? You know, you all into it without knowing your mouth is open. She spits in your mouth. What you doing? Are you finishing? Or
Hell
you
no.
You throwing her off?
I'm throwing her the hell off. You got me fucked up.
Get the fuck!
Hey,
Get the fuck!
my first
Get out.
thought is to take both my hands and launch her ass off the side of the bed.
This is what you gonna do.
Who the hell you think you put
This is
that
what
to?
you gonna do. This is what you gonna.
No. The sad part about it is though, I might spit it back out at her, and that's
Oh
messed up.
shit! All right.
That's so bad.
Then it's gonna be smoke in that room.
Because the thing is though, you are too. I've set myself up to make you too comfortable to think that's okay, and that's the problem.
She said, "Oh, damn."
And the thing is, though, I wish the listeners could see me do this. Because the thing is, I'm taking literally your thigh and the side of your rib and launch you off. Because more than likely, you're not going to be able to handle that. But the sad part about it is, though,
Oh my god.
ooh, I hate to say this,
Uh-huh.
but I don't care, though. I hate to say this is, because if it's good and she got me in that mode,
Uh-huh.
and I'm not thinking straight,
Uh-huh.
I'm going to go through it.
Yeah, I'm holding that. I'm gonna hold that spit into my mouth.
Yep.
I'm gonna get mine.
Yep. Hey, wait. I already know what you're about to say. I already know what you're about to say. Because if you spit in my mouth and you feel that comfortable,
Yep.
then your face about to be glazed.
Yep.
No bullshit.
Yep.
Okay,
No, no,
bet.
no,
We
no.
good. Okay.
But in order for you gotta be strategic. You gotta be like, oh, I'm about to come, right?
No, I'm not.
No. Then
I'm
you
not.
act like you act like you did. Then she get up and then she gets surprised. Hey, we can take it too. You heard? They act like they the only
Straight up.
ones.
It's like, hey, you want to be nasty, I can be nasty, man. Like, hey, I'm not going to argue about this.
Right.
I'm
And
going to
get in
expect
your
you
hair.
to take it
And
because
I'ma
you
get in
knew
your
eventually.
hair. So.
I mean, hey, I can't control it, so.
All right.
So.
All right, Devin, man. You know, this is a good pod. Good episode. I appreciate you for coming through. You know, you've been supporting the podcast before you came in here. So,
I
you know.
appreciate being here.
Hey,
Thank you
hey,
for
this is
inviting me,
good.
man.
So, again,
About time.
subscribe, follow. Hopeless Rome, the Hopeless Rome podcast. The E is in parentheses on Rome. Apple, Spotify, Stitch, Google Play, whatever. Tell people where to find you.
Oh man, I got so many Instagrams and things like that. But my main Instagram is Dare the Trainer, and then my personal training Instagram is Train with Dev P Personal Training. So definitely follow those. Facebook is Train with Dev P Personal Training. YouTube, Train with Dev P. So definitely look at those. Everything. If you have an issue following them, you can go to one page and always see a link to the opposite page, so it won't be an issue following them. So.
All right, bad. All right, yeah, man, we out. If you didn't like what you said, who cares? And I don't care.
I was gonna say, I'm being honest, man. Like, if y'all don't like it, we can have a conversation later on, a debate, a discussion.
We can do that.
I can only be real. I can only be honest, man. I can only be me. So that's the point of reflection and growth.
No. Say what you always say, Devin.
What's that?
You're the team. What team are you on?
Oh, I'm the team of me. Hey, at the end of the day, I'm going in the ground by myself with myself.
All right.
So,
with that being said, we out. Peace. If this went off.